Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by the law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Burrell. You know their faces. You've seen their ads. When you call the law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Burrell, you will get a full team of paralegals, assistants, lawyers right behind you. It's not just the two guys that you see in the ads. It's an absolute team. Give them a call. They will be on your side whenever you need legal assistance. All right, I want to tell you what we got coming up on overtime today. UT's opener is just 20 days away. Aside from Josh Dobbs, take him out of it, who is the single most important Vol going into 2015? We'll discuss that. Also, I want to remind people that next week we will have our 600th episode of the Sports Source. That is next Sunday, 600th episode. We will talk about, we'll look back, have a little fun looking back at where the show's come and gone, but also we're going to have plenty of UT football talk. Mike Stoll, former Vol, will be joining us next week.
Dang, John, I sent a tweet out. That was today.
Thanks, Chuck. All right. There was 10 seconds we'll never get back. All right.
You can correct it, though, instantly.
That's right. You can. Well done. Quick question. Which of these three Tennessee football assistants is under the most pressure in 2015? DeBoard, he's the new offensive coordinator. Obviously, you think that's going to be the number one. But you look at Zach Azzanni. This is a guy, wide receivers. It's supposed to be wide receiver U. He's got a lot of talent. Have they lived up to it? Next, Don Mahoney. He inherited, last year you basically had no returning starters. He's lost his best guy this year, his most experienced guy this year. A lot of people are saying, well, he's got to coach this offensive line up. Who's under the most pressure? Mike Strange, I'll let you start.
I think it's Mike DeBoard. Look at last year. Offensive line had problems, but who was under more pressure, Bajakian or Mahoney? I didn't hear a lot of criticism of Mahoney. I think it's going to be the coordinator, and especially a new coordinator who wasn't a win the press conference type hire, really.
Okay. Is this one as obvious as it looks?
I agree with Mike on that. I think it is DeBoard, and the age was a factor. Yes, he was not the #1 pick by a lot of fans. He's trying to work with Dobbs. Look, he's got a lot of weapons around him. And the offensive line wasn't that good last year. I don't think it's going to be all that good this year. But you're still looking at Hurd and Kamara and the receiving core, the tight end. I think people are expecting this offense to be dynamic and explosive, so I'm going to go to DeBoard.
What was he doing last year, Mike DeBoard? Watching swimming practices at Michigan or something? He wasn't even
He knows
coaching.
more football than anybody on this set.
I know, but you're talking about in terms of pressure and perception.
Yeah.
That's who I think is pretty obvious.
Okay. Now let me change it then. Let's take out the fact that coordinators always take more heat than anybody else. Which of the other two, Mahoney or Azzanni?
I'm probably going to go with Azzanni. I cut Mahoney some slack just simply because when he got here, he just didn't have a lot to work with.
For year two, yeah, year one.
I would go with Azzanni.
See, I'm going to go with Azzanni because I look at those receivers and you got a lot of good-looking athletes out there. They haven't been very consistent yet. Not consistent enough to be calling themselves wide receiver U, in my view. So I would say Azzanni, even though he's a very good recruiter.
Yeah, I agree. But some of that goes back to Mahoney's issues. Better offensive line, your receiver's going to look better, you got more time to pass.
As a position coach only, I think it has to be Azzanni because you do have a lot of athletes. Now, they didn't play all that well last year up to standard. Now, they had about 6 guys that got hurt, too.
Right.
Yep. But still, that's a position. Look, the receivers have to do really well to help Dobbs and help the offense, too. And you've got enough talent there. So I think Azzanni, of the position coaches, has the most heat.
All right. Chuck Cavaliers, Jimmy Himes, good sport today. Mike Strange, Bob Hodge, watch him. They'll get 9. They'll go on the 8-9 scale, and he'll rub it in all off season. All right. We'll see you right back here next week for the Sports Source and our 600th episode. You don't want to miss it. See you then.
The views expressed in this forum do not necessarily reflect those of WATE 6 or of 6 Sports. This has been a paid program.